Boruto Tubular Vortex Chapter 20 shows Ryu and Matsuri in pretty weird spaces right now. It looks like they're going to lose. So what are the chances that Jura swoops in and helps them out? What are the chances that Jura shows up and kind of stops them from being killed or stops them from getting attacked or hurt? And before, we hadn't really seen anybody else outside of Jura on the battlefield. So Jura was there with Hidari, but Hidari got killed. But he didn't immediately swoop in and help him. So it's more or less not about him jumping in to help. It's more about like, what is the most interesting thing for Jura? You know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't think Jura is going to show up to kind of, I don't know what's the right word. Well, when Hidari was turned into the Soul Thorn bulb, he did try to stop anybody from taking it or going away with it. So there is some sort of a way of him like wanting to help or wanting to come out, but it's more so like at the very last moment. So if Matsuri is killed completely, right? What we saw last chapter was she wasn't destroyed completely. So she still has some autonomy. She can still like move. She can still like come back of her own free will and heal up. But there would really be no reason for Jura to show up by then. Although I would assume that he doesn't want to lose his comrades or his friends or his other pieces of himself. You know what I mean? So do I think he will show up next chapter? I don't think so. Well, I mean, in the sense that he shows up on the battlefield. Unless he's provoked to do so. So there are only two ways Jura would be provoked to show up on the battlefield. It's if Boruto shows up or if Himawari shows up. Now Himawari isn't showing up, so Boruto showing up on the battlefield and quickly doing a flying Raijin and saving everybody and pulling out at the last second wouldn't really give Jura enough time to show up and really hurt him or do anything bad. So that's why it's all about timing for Boruto. It's all about when is the right time to go in there to help and to like save everybody. Jura isn't of the same opinion. I think that if the Shinju are weak or they're not able to go after the things that they want, kind of like he is, then... But then again, he doesn't want them to turn the humans back. He doesn't want them to have the Soul Thorn bulb. He doesn't want them to save the Shinju. He wants the Shinju to stay alive and to go after and to understand more about himself, to learn more about what they're going through. What we learned last chapter is he's able to like take in their emotions or see what they see at least, you know? And he learned so much from Matsuri, from her pain, from her emotions. And before, I didn't think that there was going to be any of that. I didn't think he was going to be able to feel any kind of emotion in the same way Matsuri is. But now, because he's feeling it, he probably... That kind of emotion, that kind of feeling is addictive, right? But they're still not his completely. He's only taking what belongs from Matsuri. He's basically feeling it for himself. So my point being is, Jura likes having the other Shinju around and their personal attachments to other people because he's able to learn information from them. He's able to feel emotion from them. You know what I'm saying? So in that essence, in that exact same way, he doesn't want them dead. So he could show up on the battlefield and save them. I don't think it's going to be like a high likelihood of happening, but it would make sense to like put an end to the battle or the fight or whatever, you know what I mean? He wouldn't be able to... If Ryu can't handle... if he can't handle Sarda's Mangekyo Sharingan ability, there we go, then he'll probably have to step in and help him. But then he won't be able to help Matsuri. So, will it be like a team effort? Will the Bug, Hidari, Jura all show up? No, I think it'll just be Jura, if it comes to that. If he decides to show up at all. But, yeah, I think that's why Jura wants to show up. Or his interests are more aligned with helping the Shinju out than he is actually like treating them like friends or family. Does that make sense? Like they're kind of like if you could have a device or like I don't know, let's say like your phone. Like if you had a phone, right? And it makes you feel all of the full range of your emotions. It makes you happy, it makes you sad, it makes you angry, right? Like you would want to keep something that had all your emotions on it and you could feel it. You could access it whenever you wanted to, or it could give you more knowledge and information. It's the same thing with the other Shinju. He's just taking from them because their human bodies or their human forms, he is taking and absorbing that information, their emotions, their feelings, their connections. And I think his form is based on a human body, but he doesn't really have that person's personality. He has the Ten Tails personality. And the Ten Tails has no personality, except for being a monster, except for being a Ten Tails, except for maybe the other Nine-Tailed Beast. And that's why he's attracted to go after Himawari and the Nine Tails. That's why he'll probably go after the other tailed beasts. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I think he's not going to show up next chapter or like show up on the battlefield, but who knows. But until chapter 21, we obviously have no idea what he's planning or what he's going to do next. So until chapter 21, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah.